especially if you're coming to somewhere like London where the weather can be a bit unpredictable. If you're worried about that, try and dress in. Hello, I'm Melissa and welcome back to my channel Journey Through Europe, where I share my European travel trips and tips, travel vlogs and travel guides. Today I'm talking about the things that you don't need to bring when you are coming to visit Europe. These things can stay at home, they just are kind of a waste of space, you don't need to bring them. So here are my top things to keep at home. Don't bother bringing them if you're coming to Europe. The first item is bulky towels. So I know a lot of people like to travel with their towels. You might be going to a beach destination, you might want to bring a beach towel, but I would say instead of bringing your sort of normal towel you have at home, a normal beach towel, invest in a microfiber towel instead. They're so much thinner, they take up so much less space, and they just mean that you have more space for your clothes, more space to bring back souvenirs. If you're not even going to visit the beach and your apartment, your Airbnb, your hotel has towels already provided, then just don't bring one at all. But it's such a waste of space, especially if you are going to be provided with them. I have lots of different microfiber towels of different sizes. I bought mine from Decathlon. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them in shops. So definitely just leave your bulky towels at home and bring a microfiber towel if you really want to, or if you don't need it, then just don't bring one at all. My second item that you don't need to bring and you can keep at home if you want to save space are sort of physical travel guides, physical maps, physical dictionaries. You can just get it on your phone. There's Google Translate app, there is Google Maps. If you're traveling around using public transport, then City Map is a great map to download, a great app to download. So there's loads of different options on your phone now, and it just means that it saves you kind of having lots of those different travel guides and travel books and dictionaries. You can just have it on your phone. And if you're scared about your phone running out of battery throughout the day, then just invest in sort of a small portable charger instead. It's so much easier for you to sort of get your phone out quickly and, you know, use the function where you can hover it over a menu or a sign to get an instant translation in Google Translate, or just whip it out of your pocket and double check the line you need to get on the metro. If you're using public transport, you can just do that on City Mapper. So it is so much better and easier to use your phone, and it just saves you from dragging and lugging around loads of different maps and travel guides and guidebooks and things like that. The third thing that you don't need to take and you need to be really conscious of is bringing too many changes of shoes, because I've always found that sort of shoes and jackets are the two things which take up so much space in your luggage, and especially if you're traveling for an extended period of time and you want to be really savvy with what you're bringing, I would say that bringing kind of excessive amounts of shoes is one way. It just weighs down your luggage, and if you're getting on a plane and you've got a finite amount of kilograms that you're allowed to take, and you can't sort of overfill your bag, then shoes kind of, for me, they're kind of the first to go, because I've realised they take up quite a lot of weight. I would say, you know, if you're going to be doing a lot of walking, you need to have a really comfortable pair of broken-in trainers. If you're coming in summer, you might want to have some sandals and some flip-flops, but you don't need to have lots of different sorts of shoes, different styles of trainers. You might want to have like a nicer pair of shoes as well, so you can probably get away with bringing just 3 or 4 different pairs of shoes rather than being like 6, 7, 8 pairs. And especially if you're doing a lot of walking, I always find that I'll bring loads of different shoes and I'll just end up reverting back to my really comfortable trainers that I brought with me, just because my feet might be quite tired after walking a lot. I know that I need to have comfortable shoes. So where you can probably get away with just a couple of pairs of shoes instead of bringing loads of pairs of shoes, and it will save on weight as well. On that note of trying to save space, bring heavy coats and jackets. Definitely layer where possible. I think if you're visiting in summer, it's a lot easier because the weather's a lot hotter, it's a lot better. You can sort of wear like shorts and dresses and t-shirts that are a lot thinner and easier to pack. But if you're worried about, especially if you're coming to somewhere like London where the weather can be a bit unpredictable, if you're worried about that, try and dress in layers, or try and have clothes which you can sort of interchange. Bring a lighter waterproof jacket, for example, and then you can layer it with a t-shirt and a jumper if you want to have a bit more coverage and a bit more protection if it's a little bit colder. So definitely think about what layers you can bring and what clothes kind of can work together. Can you bring a good pair of shorts that then you can rotate different tops around and rotate outfits around different items of clothing? Is it a pair of jeans? So whatever it is, can you bring a jacket or a blazer to sort of wear a dress a couple of different ways? Can you bring some belts and sort of mix things up that way? So just being savvy about the different outfits you're going to take, so it saves you having to take loads of different outfits, loads of different big jackets and coats to save space. Another thing that I think you don't really need to bring, I'm someone, I love my makeup, I love my skincare, but I think when you're traveling, trying to bring kind of full-sized, especially full-sized toiletries and your whole skincare routine, especially if you've got a sort of longer routine like I do. Before I travel, I try and condense that. If you can get mini, sort of 30 ml, 50 mils of your favourites, your favourite skincare, of your makeup, and just have a smaller mini travel kit that you can take with you, rather than taking a big massive bottle of your favourite moisturiser or your favourite serum or retinol, whatever that might be. Having that, it means that you can actually bring your favourites, but you can just bring them in a mini version, or can you decant them into smaller bottles just to be savvier with your space, because then it just means you're not going to have to bring all your big normal sized skincare and your makeup with you. And also, can you reduce your makeup? So a lot of what I do is I'll go through it and I'll say, okay, can I use a lipstick as a blush and sort of have versatile makeup with me, so I can bring less of it. I also find as well, when it's super hot, I kind of like to wear a bit less makeup anyway, so I can kind of save in that respect. But definitely think about ways that you can sort of streamline your skincares and your toiletries, because I love my skincare, I love my makeup, my toiletries, but I just think of ways that I can condense them so that I'm not wasting space, and I've just got a really quick, easy skincare routine I can do super quickly at the end of the day. And lastly, my one thing that you can stay at home, you don't really need to bring, is large sums of cash. So lots of places across Europe now accept card. So definitely, instead of trying to bring loads of large sums of cash, try and invest in a foreign transaction fee free card. There's lots of these about. I know in the UK we have like Monzo and Revolut and Chase. So if you can invest in one of those, maybe your bank even might provide you a special card with an app. It just means that you can actually use your card where possible. You feel a lot safer because you've not got big sums of cash on you. And some places might only accept cards, so it just means that you're not going to have cash that you don't use. And a lot of the time with these cards now, you can actually have multiple currencies on the same card. So if you're going to be traveling to different countries at different currencies, you can easily switch between them rather than having to sort of keep changing your currency as you go. So I definitely say, where you can, have a small bit of cash on you. It's nice to have cash on you because your card won't always be accepted, but you can always go to an ATM and you can always fall back on your card where possible. So those are all of my travel tips and things not to bring if you're visiting Europe. Hope you've enjoyed this video, subscribe for more, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!